care what you're weighing. You're still a sausage. You still got a massive head.
To me, I just want to get this guy out of boxing. I want to beat him so badly that he doesn't want to ever fight again.
I'll meet you bang in the middle, mate, and I'll nip it in the bud right here, right now. You know, I don't think you can come walk over to me and pull up on me and think I ain't going to do nothing about it.
You're lucky you're fighting tomorrow. I'll fuck you up right now.
Yeah. You see, this guy comes in when I'm cutting weight.
It comes in when he comes. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight. I'll see you tomorrow after the fight.
You get in that ring.
Yeah, what? Get in that ring. I'll get in that ring and fucking give it to you.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, mate.
We'll see.
You're fucking lucky you're fighting tomorrow.
You'll see.
You're lucky, mate.
We'll see.
Get your hand off me.
Oh, it's okay. Let him come close, man. I like this. I like this energy.
The tension between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. is electric. This isn't just a friendly meetup, it's a full-on showdown waiting to explode. Benn is all fire, calling out Eubank Jr. and daring him to make the first move. His confidence is off the charts, and he's looking to turn up the heat. But Eubank Jr. isn't new to this game. He stands tall, unbothered, exuding calm confidence. Beneath it all, though, the disrespect is undeniable. Benn may have youth and hunger on his side, but Eubank Jr. has experience. The back and forth is intense, but words won't settle this, only the ring will. And now, the fight is officially set. Mark your calendars for April 26th, because Benn versus Eubank Jr. is happening. After all the build-up, drama, and near misses,
It's that fight. So, the fight's gonna happen.
That's him just selling it to the media that I pulled up on him while he's wagering. And most people will fall for it.
Conor Benn said to us that will be his next fight. Is that it now? Next fight is going to be Conor Benn for you, Chris.
As long as he gets his license back, the fight's next.
clash is finally locked in. Fans are buzzing with anticipation, knowing this fight carries personal stakes beyond just titles or rankings. Benn is out for redemption, eager to prove he's the future of boxing. Meanwhile, Eubank Jr. enters with supreme confidence, aware this fight could elevate his career. The stakes couldn't be higher. Eubank Jr. wants to silence the critics and show he's the better man. Benn wants to make a statement and shake up the boxing world once again. This isn't just another fight, it's a grudge match, a battle for legacy. Expect fireworks in the ring. Will Eubank Jr.'s experience give him the edge, or is Benn ready to take over? One thing's for sure, when these two step into the ring, it won't just be a fight, it'll be a war.
With you, like at the end of the day, the reality is, winning is worth a lot more than 100 grand. I think we do something for charity, whatever, I think it would be nice.
Eddie, he said that he feels that he's getting paid, if not more than Conor Benn, around the same. What do you make on that?
Who?
That was
Ben Shalom.
first of all.
He's making double-digit millions for this fight. If
First
so,
of all.
Chris Eubank needs to sue him.
War. This fight promises to leave everyone talking. Are you ready for the ultimate showdown? Who do you think will come out on top in this heated rivalry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The conversation between Ben Shalom and Eddie Hearn got heated fast, and it's no surprise why. Shalom didn't hold back, making some serious statements about the money game in boxing. For him, winning means far more than any payday, even suggesting charity work as a more meaningful outcome. Then, Eddie Hearn fired back with a bombshell. Addressing the claim that Conor Benn might be getting paid the same or even more than Chris Eubank Jr., Hearn dismissed the idea outright. He made it clear that if you
be there for the fight.
I think he could potentially be there, yeah. I don't think it would take too much for him to be there. It's just a few conversations and things to be worked out in between, I'm sure. But yeah, it's obviously a fight that Chris Eubank Jr. is carrying the promotion alone, at the moment. So
why do you say that?
Because he is the one that's engaged the public.
Eubank Jr. were truly earning the same as Benn, he should be considering legal action. The gloves are off, and the stakes have never been higher. This is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic face-offs in boxing history. Harlem Eubank also weighed in, making it clear that the behind-the-scenes dynamics are just as intense as the fight itself. He strongly believes Benn will be there for the fight, though some final details still need to be sorted. But what really caught attention was Harlem's comment on Chris Eubank Jr. He believes Eubank Jr. is carrying the entire promotion on his back. With all the drama, personal stakes, and fiery exchanges, this fight is more than just a match. It's a spectacle. Expect fireworks when these two finally
South is a mismatch. You know, the build-up has been a mismatch. You know, and
is that because Chris is too big? Do you think?
I don't think it's necessarily you know, it's obviously the size at a different weight class. You know, in boxing there's different weight classes, and you fight your weight. And Chris is, as well as being bigger, has fought at a much higher
step into the ring. Chris Eubank Jr. has become the face of this fight, drawing public attention like never before. Meanwhile, Conor Benn has remained more on the sidelines. Harlem Eubank pointed out this imbalance in promotional efforts. Eubank Jr. has fully embraced the spotlight, engaging with fans and media, while Benn has taken a quieter approach. Whether Benn steps up or not, the buzz is undeniably centered around Eubank Jr. Harlem Eubank didn't hold back when discussing the fight, calling it a total mismatch, both in terms of build-up and the fighters themselves. In his view, Chris Eubank Jr. is simply on another level. While Benn is moving up,
it's quite difficult sometimes, especially if you're dry like Chris Eubank. He will struggle to stay within that 10-pound limit. I have a feeling he won't do it. I have a feeling he'll agree to it, he'll pay a fine and maybe weigh in 15 or 16 pounds over.
But who did he fight recently and he looked like he was completely dead at the weight?
His last fight.
Was it Liam Smith, the first one?
Yeah.
He looked he looked awful.
Brutal. And that's how hard it is to make. That's why I think it's kind of the rehydration clause puts things slightly more into Conor Benn's favour, which is unfair.
Weight, the real issue is the massive experience gap. Chris has fought at a much higher level against tougher opponents, and that's what truly sets him apart. Harlem emphasized that while size plays a role, it's the quality of opposition that makes the difference. Benn hasn't faced the same caliber of fighters, and that lack of experience will be the deciding factor. In Harlem's eyes, this fight was never a fair contest. Eubank Jr. has more skill, experience, and power, making it an uphill battle for Benn. The gap is too wide, and when the bell rings, it will be exposed. On the other side, Carl Frampton didn't hold back in his analysis on the TalkSport Boxing podcast. He cast doubt on whether Chris
Eubank Jr. is his own man, and that's what he's always tried to make out. This is me, this is my career, and this is how I do things. Dad, that was your era, that was your time, blah, 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 let me do this. But I'm sure he'd love to have him sat ringside watching him.
Eubank Jr. could successfully make the weight limit for this fight. Frampton believes that when Eubank is drained and dry, he'll struggle to stay within the 10-pound difference allowed. He even suggested that while Eubank might agree to the terms, he could end up missing weight, paying a fine, and coming in 15 to 16 pounds over. Reflecting on Eubank's recent fight with Liam Smith, Frampton pointed out how depleted Eubank looked, further underlining the difficulty of making weight. The bigger issue, according to Frampton, is the rehydration clause, which he believes works in Benn's favor. He argues that this clause unfairly tips the scales, givey. On the other side, Shane McGuigan isn't shy about emphasizing the benefits of carrying a little extra weight.
A good thing sometimes to have a little bit of weight to train off. Not a lot, but and I think that's what Eubank's got, whereas Conor is already at the weight, or there or thereabouts. So that's also a benefit in the sense like he can now just completely fuel his training and fuel his performance. But it's always going to favour the bigger man. It's always going to favour the bigger man.
Weight during training. He argues that it could actually work in Eubank Jr.'s favor. Having some extra weight to cut can be a strategic advantage, not a burden. It allows him to fuel his training properly, maximizing strength and endurance leading up to the fight. In contrast, Benn is already at or near his target weight, meaning he can focus entirely on performance. However, as McGuigan points out, weight advantages almost always favor the bigger man. This fight will come down to more than just skill. It's a battle of size, experience, and mental fortitude. Chris Eubank Jr. is using his extra weight as a tool to push himself harder in training, while Conor Benn, already close to his fight weight, can focus purely on optimizing his condition.
Very close with Conor Benn. He's a good pal of mine, so it's very hard for me to sort of sit back and say this or say that. I think they're doing a fantastic job in selling their fight. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. They both obviously have the needle with each other, and they're both going to give it everything. So be prepared for war, and I hope they get out of the ring safe and sound.
On paper, Benn's approach might seem smarter, allowing for more targeted preparation. But Shane McGuigan isn't convinced. He knows that in a fight, the bigger man often holds the edge, and in this particular showdown, size could be crucial. However, McGuigan brings up another key factor: age. Despite Benn's impressive conditioning, the age gap could play a major role. As stamina and recovery become critical in the later rounds, the older Eubank Jr. might actually have the advantage when it matters most. Age could be the real game changer in this explosive matchup. Meanwhile, Tommy Welch has opened up about the difficulty of remaining neutral ahead of this high-stakes clash. Given his close ties to both fighters, Welch is torn. He reveals that Benn has been training at his gym, and they've built a strong bond, making it tough for him to pick a side. Despite his personal connections, Welch praises both fighters for the way they've built this fight, acknowledging the intensity of their rivalry. The animosity between them is undeniable, and he doesn't hold back in calling this a true war. Both Eubank Jr. and Benn will enter the ring with everything on the line, determined to prove who's truly the best. Welch's only hope? That both fighters come out of the bout safe. No matter who wins, this fight is shaping up to be one of the most intense clashes in recent memory. Like, comment, and subscribe for more updates.